What I'm going to go through with you is my 3 strategies that I think are going to help you to grow your business on autopilot when you've tried everything else. So 3 different tactics that you can use to help develop the website, help get you that traffic, and help understand how to convert that traffic into leads. The first one is you need to attract an audience. There's no point having a website out there if it's not getting any traffic to the website. And there's 3 big areas that you can do this. The number one is optimize your website for SEO. Now, SEO can sometimes feels like a dark art for people, confusing. People talk about get keywords in there. There's a lot involved with SEO, but if you haven't thought about SEO for your website, make sure you do, because there's small changes that you can make to your website to make sure it's visible in the search engines like Google, Bing, and there's simple changes that you can make. If you've got content on your website, make sure you go through a checklist of things that you need for Google to even find this content and find the website. I've put a little link here on my own website. If you want an idiot's guide to an SEO checklist, go through each point and make sure your web pages are optimized for SEO. I would ideally say you want about 30% of your traffic coming from SEO. If you've got a website, you should have it optimized, because it's just free traffic out there that you can grab. So once you've optimized the website, make sure you also do your keyword research. I see a lot of people, a lot of content on their website, they're writing blogs, they've got some really useful information on there, but they haven't done the keyword research. The keyword research helps you understand what type of things people are typing in the search engines to then find websites. So if you're selling, let's say, a course, and you call the course a really fancy name, it's pretty, you like it, but the reality is someone's not going to Google to search for that name of the course. They're probably going to Google to search for an SEO course, a PR course, training in XYZ. So you need to do your keyword research and make sure the content you've got on your website is using the same terminology that people are typing when they're going to Google. The next place to get an audience to your website is your email list. You make sure when you're emailing your client base, make sure you tell them to go to the website, read the latest blog, get the traffic going to your website. And if you're just starting out, you've got a small email list, you can grow your email list with your website. Create yourself a lead magnet page, a page where you can give away something valuable and something for free in exchange for someone's email address. So this could be downloading an ebook, a free mini course. It could be an Excel spreadsheet, a template, a guide, but something that they can download and in exchange for providing you with the email address. And then you've got them on the list, and then you can warm them up with marketing emails further down the line, and then try to sell to them later. Anyone who's using these lead magnet pages or wants to create a lead magnet page, don't forget that after they've downloaded something from you, use a thank you page. In your thank you page, you can say, thank you for downloading my ebook, but it's more than just saying thank you. This is prime place to sell something. Sell them something mini, sell them a small course, sell them something that they'd be interested in, because they're already a warm lead for you. They've already downloaded your guide, so they're already primed up to buy something from you. So this is a great place for you to do this. Another place to get your audience to the website, paid traffic, social media, Facebook ads, Google ads. Send the traffic to your website. But don't forget, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm often saying to people, if you're completely relying on ads, you run out of spend, you're not going to be able to get that traffic to your website. So you want to make sure you've got traffic coming to your website, but from these 3 different sources. So if you're not optimizing for SEO, get some SEO traffic. If you're not optimizing your email list, start using your email address and have your traffic come to your website spread across all of these. After you've got the audience to your website, my next pillar for success is you want to convert that traffic into sales. So when they are on the website, there's no point in them just reading a blog and then disappearing, or seeing a sales page and just disappearing. You want to try and get them to the next page. You want to get them to the next part of your funnel. Now, there's key things here that you need to be looking at every single page of your website. And I would look at all of your pages, look at your sales pages, and first thing to look at is the messaging. Are you being clear with what your value proposition is? Are you being clear with what you're selling, exactly what it is you do? Make sure that someone knows instantly when they get to that page, they know what it is that you're trying to sell or what it is you're trying to get them to do. You've only got a few seconds to grab that person's attention to either keep scrolling or to click a button and to move on. If you don't grab them instantly, they'll be moving over to another tab that they've got open to the Google browser of someone else who's selling something similar. So make sure your messaging is clear, and as soon as the very first part of your website is telling them exactly what it is you want them to know, what is your solution to the problem. So if someone, for instance, has typed into Google, they need a solution to their problem. So if they're looking to learn about SEO to optimize their website, you want to get to a page straight away that's saying this course is going to teach you how to optimize your own website. So make sure you're talking directly to the reader, and you're providing them with a solution. There's no point starting that page with information that isn't relevant to them, because they will move on. The next thing to make sure you've got on your pages are call to actions. This is something I see that's missed all the time, that we have wonderful pages, but there's no call to action on there. There's no big button saying, book a call with me, buy my course, find out more. You need to subconsciously be telling your readers what to do on that page. You need to talk to the subliminal and get them moving through your website by using strong call to actions, and tell them exactly what it is you want them to do next. So if that's to book a call with you, repeat that throughout your page, book a call. So when you've got different sections on your sales page, a bit about you, it could be a bit about the course, make sure you keep repeating this call to action to say, book a call with me, or buy my course, or download my freebie, and keep repeating it. The next thing to make sure you've got across your website, especially your sales pages, is trust. Making sure you can show that you're a trustworthy site. Testimonials are a great one for this. Have testimonials of people that have worked with you, people that have experienced this product, and make sure the testimonials are, showing the solution to a problem. So you want testimonials that are saying things like, once after doing this course, it changed my world in 30 days, or this course was the best course that I've done in the last 3 years. Make sure the testimonials really talk to the reader. And make sure you've got your social media on there. There's nothing better than trust than social media. It's very easy for people to look at a website and worry they're not trustworthy. The reviews could be made up. Social media on there is a great place to show that this isn't made up, because people trust Facebook. They trust what people are writing on social media. And then other things like security symbols. If you have a checkout or you're buying, make sure people know it's a secure site. You've all seen the little padlocks that you can have on pages. The images of security symbols will subconsciously tell people that this site is secure. An obvious one, but one that lots of people forget: mobile first. How many of you have got a website, but you're not looking at it on your mobile. You're creating new sales pages, but you're not checking it on your phone. So many of us now are looking at things through the phone, and is the first place that we go to, but so many websites still don't work on mobile. And next to the fact that this is making it easier for someone that's trying to navigate to your website, Google loves mobile first. Google will penalize you if it's thinking you haven't got the mobile version. So make sure you're all checking your websites on your mobile. Make sure it's working on your mobile. Speed should be an obvious one, but still there's lots of websites out there that are too slow. I'm sure there's lots of you there that get frustrated. The second it starts whirling and it's trying to load, we give up. We move on to the next tab because we're impatient now. We're so used to everything being at our fingertips and easy to get to. So speed is essential. You want to make sure your website and your pages are less than 3 seconds, especially if you're doing some Facebook ads or sending traffic to a page. Check the speed, check that it's okay, or check that actually you might think your speed's okay, but suddenly when you're sending a lot of traffic to that page in one go, it might be slowing it down. So keep an eye on speed, because this will be affecting the website, it'll be affecting your rankings in Google, and it will certainly be affecting the results if you're paying for any ads. Thank you pages, I mentioned that earlier. Anything on your page, on your website that results in a contact us, maybe downloading a lead magnet, you're buying a product, make sure you set up a thank you page, not just a simple thanks for submitting message. Thank you pages are a great place to have another funnel and take people through to something else they could purchase, or maybe showing them some latest videos, some latest blogs, but show them something else on the website. Keep them within your website. Keep them finding out more information about you. Don't just lose them once they've completed a task on the website. Another little gem that not many people use on their websites, exit pop-ups. And I know we all hate pop-ups. I especially hate pop-ups. I'm a big cook, and there's something about recipe websites. If there's anyone here that cooks and goes to a recipe website, it's a nightmare. Trying to actually find just the recipe in amongst all these adverts, pop-ups, a whole long story about how the person came up with the recipe. It takes forever to find the actual ingredients. But there is something that's called an exit pop-up, and this doesn't stop interrupt the user's experience on the website. It comes at the end of their experience. So when someone is about to leave your website and they click on the little X at the top, this is the stage this pop-up will come up. And on this pop-up, you can have an easy way to grab someone's email address. So it could be, saying something like, oh, before you go, why don't you download my free checklist on XYZ, or download an ebook they might be interested to, sign up for the next webinar. And very quickly you can grab their email address. So traffic that you're about to lose, you suddenly get that email address. So if you didn't get it while they were navigating through the website, didn't get the sale, it's your last ditch attempt to try and get that email address from someone. Have a look on my own website. You'll see when you try and leave, you'll see this exit pop-up come up, and it will give you an example of how you get this. There's lots of tools out there. There's some free ones, one called Popped-in. There's some more advanced ones that you can pay for. A great one is ConvertBox. But have a look and make sure you've got something like this on your website. So then if you're getting traffic, and just as you're losing them, you might still be able to get that email address. I've got another great checklist on my website you can go and have a look at, and this will go through some top things that you need on your sort of landing pages, on your sales pages, to make sure you're optimizing it as much as you can to get that conversion. My third and One of the most important ones to me, and is definitely always forgotten, is reviewing the customer journey. There's so many times that people create websites, they look great, they've tested it all, they've got the copy, they've paid copywriters, they've got wonderful graphics on the go, they think it's all really optimized, and the job stops there. This is where the work really begins. You want to be tracking and measuring everything that happens on your website. The reason to do this is where you're going to make improvements. This is where you're going to see where the gaps are, where people get stuck on your website, why they're not converting, what bits people like and don't like. And that's where you can keep improving the website to make it better and better. There's a couple of tactics I love for doing this. The very easy one for me is get someone else to review your website. Get someone who doesn't know the business. Get someone who maybe isn't website savvy. Get your grandma to do it. Get your mum to do it. Get someone outside of the box to go through the website. Give them a task and say, can you find my course? Can you buy my course? And get them to talk you through their process, and you'll very quickly see where the gaps are. You know, when they couldn't find the button to buy a course, where they couldn't find the information they wanted for the course, and it will give you some really useful insights. If you want to advance this, anyone who's a bit more sort of tech savvy, Google Analytics is another great tool. If you haven't got it on your website, connect your site to Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a free tool by Google, and it will tell you give you the data behind what's happening on your website. It will tell you what pages people don't like, that they come and they go. It will tell you the difference between what your Facebook traffic does and your traffic coming from Google does. It will tell you what traffic is better for you, where you should invest your money to get more of that type of traffic. It's a really useful tool, and it's free. If you're using WordPress, there's some great plugins that you can connect to this. If you're using Wix, it's as simple as just adding a little code in a tool they've got. Squarespace, it's very simple to connect, but just pop into Google how to connect Google Analytics to what platform you're on, and you'll find really useful guides to do this. The other tool I really like is Hotjar. Again, for small websites that haven't got a huge amount of traffic, they've got a great free version. And what Hotjar does is record what's happening on your website. So you can see people live looking at your page. It blows my mind when I'm Big Brother and I watch people on my own website. You'll see the mouse moving, you'll see the text they're reading, you'll see what they click. And what's great with having this information is you'll see straight away the text they just ignore, the buttons they ignore, the ones that they can click. And then what you can do with this is then make the improvements on your website, make the improvements on your sales pages. If you know there's a page and there's a huge section no one ever reads, ditch it. Don't put white noise in front of people. Only have the important information. And if you find that always clicking a certain bit of information and it's at the bottom of your page, move it to the top. This is where Hotjar combined with Google Analytics will give you all of this insight. Because what you think is right for your website might not necessarily be what really is right and useful. The best way to make the improvements and see what's happening on your website is to have a look at your readers, have a look at your visitors on the website, see what they're doing, and it will give you the best understanding. My other tool here, the third tool that would be another number one for me, is Google Search Console, and another great free tool from Google. Connect it to your website, just the same as Google Analytics. Google it, you'll find some really useful guides here. And Google Search Console will give you the insight of what people are typing in Google to find your website. So you'll see the type of phrases they're using that your website is popping up for. You'll also see the gaps of what phrases people aren't finding your website for that you want them to find. And it will also give you some understanding if you've got pages that are constantly being shown in Google, but people aren't clicking through. You'll see all of this visibility, and it will give you a place to start tweaking and improving on your SEO to get more traffic, to get more coming to your website. So if anyone isn't reviewing their website post building it, this is for me a very sort of low-hanging fruit, quick win to start getting some more conversions and improving your website by just looking at what's happening on the website. I always find some hidden gems when I'm doing this for my own clients. I'll always find a little gem in there that they didn't know about, and it's great. It's a really useful strategy to go through. So that's the end of my training. So just to reiterate, let's go back. You want to, the keys for success for me and to have a lead website, get your website optimized. Make sure you're attracting the right people. Make sure you've got your website optimized for SEO. If anyone isn't doing this, this is definitely make sure all of your content on there is working for SEO so you can get traffic to SEO. If you want some more information on how to enrich your pages for SEO, go binge out on my blog. There's lots of information on there. And then make sure you review your pages, review them, make sure you're telling people to convert, you're telling people where to go next, give them a call to action, tell them what to do, make sure they know you're trustworthy, and send them through to the next page. And then finally, track, measure, and tweak. Keep improving that website. It's a bit like your garden. You know, once you've planted some bulbs and cut the grass, the job doesn't stop there. Keep having a look at all of everything that's going on your website. Have a look at the data and keep improving it. So thanks for watching today. Hopefully you've all found a few hidden gems from this to take. I'd love to give me some feedback. I'd love to know, you know, what sort of gems you've heard today that are going to help for your website. Anything that you're struggling on that I haven't covered today, drop me a message. I'm more than happy to continue, you know, answer some more questions. And good luck optimizing the website.